Three, two, one. Aaron Chess. I love the last name, man.
Thank you, man.
I've always said that we love to play chess, not checkers.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense that you're here today.
Right?
Yeah. Do you play chess yourself?
I played it once in my lifetime.
Okay.
I want to learn how to play though.
Okay. I could take you a few lessons.
Okay.
Now, I've seen on a lot of political stuff where they go to certain towns and they try like the flavor of the day, whether it be ice cream or pizza or burritos. Now that you're at the Tiger Den Studios here with Roof Tiger, do you know what we eat here?
No, what you eat?
We eat sardines.
Okay.
So this is what we're gonna do. If you're okay with it,
Oh yeah, I'm down.
we're gonna try a sardine together.
Okay.
All right, have you ever had a sardine?
Yeah, I like sardines.
Most people haven't.
Yeah.
I love this. So I got a fork next to your microphone there. Go ahead and grab that. You guys already know the brand that I'm using if you've ever followed any of my content. It's King Oscar. There's no other. And these are high-quality sardines. Andrew, I'm going to open this, and then after we eat it, I'm going to make sure you take it out because it's going to smell.
Yeah.
Sardines don't have a great smell. They have a great taste. All right, man. Oh, yeah. So, Aaron, this is cheers to your political campaign, my friend. Let's dig in.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that'd be better.
Yes. Oh, you that's a big bite, man. Big bite. Ambitious. Here we go.
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
Not bad at
Andrew's like, no way. Most people that I talk to, Aaron, they don't want to eat the sardines. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Cheers to that, man.
Thank you.
All right, so the whole genesis of this, Aaron, is just to get to know you a little bit. I know you're from Peoria. I've done some research about you. You came up on my radar, and I looked at your age, and I'm like, this cat is 22 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when's
Well,
your
23
23 now?
Yeah, 23 now.
23 years old, and you're running for politics. That's pretty amazing.
Yes, sir.
So, real quick, I'm going to do a couple rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Okay, just to get a little baseline. Bears or Packers? Who you taking?
Bears.
Bears. Okay. Longtime Bears fan.
No, I'm a Tom Brady guy.
Okay.
But in that discussion, I'll take the Bears.
I like that. Cubs or Cardinals?
Cubs.
Cubs. Got to be.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any Cubs fans out there? This man's a Cubs fan. Grandview Drive, underrated or overrated? Or properly rated?
I'll say it's properly rated.
Grandview's a great spot.
Oh, yeah, I love going there.
Did you know that WMBD, did you know what that stands for?
Yeah.
World's Most Beautiful Drive?
Mm-hmm.
That's Grandview. Did you know that? I think it was like Eisenhower or Roosevelt or something named it WMBD. Pineapple on pizza. Does it belong, yes or no?
No.
No.
Nah.
Bold statements tonight. The best Thanksgiving dessert.
Oh, it's a tie between pecan pie and cheesecake and banana pudding.
Banana pudding.
Yeah,
That's new to me. I like pecan pie. I like pumpkin pie with a little whipped cream.
yeah.
That's where I'm at. Richwoods football. How are they going to do this next year?
Well, that's my alma mater. So,
Didn't you go to Richwoods back in the day?
yeah, I played. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
They're going to do really good.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so.
hope so.
I hope so too. iPhone versus Android. You're an iPhone guy, aren't you?
iPhone.
I love it.
Haven't been Android since high school.
Andrew's shaking his head at me. He's an Android guy, but we both know the truth.
Yeah.
All right, man. So you're 23 years old. Tell me your story, man. Like in an elevator pitch. Like, how'd you get into this?
Yeah, so pretty much it started way back on the south side when I was a little kid, grew up in a single parent home, not having a father figure or, a mentor to look up to, a father figure to look up to, and losing my sister to gun violence and seeing, losing friends to violence at that and friends, going to jail at a young age, throwing their lives away and just seeing family members and friends, going on that wrong path.
Sure.
Made it my mission to want to better my community and whatever I could do. And back in 2007, it was when then Senator Barack Obama announced his candidacy for president. And that just gave me hope. And I'm sure it gave a lot of young boys and girls hope too that uh, no matter where you come from, that you can someday, be on top of the world. You can be the president of the United States, and that gave me hope. And I always said I want to be the president of the United States. And as I got older, I was like, all right, it's steps to this. And so I started volunteering at things throughout the community, staying occupied. Uh, when I got to high school, I ran for student council. That was the first gist of it. So I was
Taste.
like,
Yeah.
got it. Played sports and things in high school. First person in my family to go to college. Attended Western Illinois University.
Hey.
Studying political science and pre-law. While in high school, my senior year, I advocated and successfully got a student delegacy or added to the Peoria Public School Board. So
I read that.
yeah,
That's amazing, man.
and decided to run at large, just test the waters during my last year at Western, and got all the way to the general election on a $300 budget, compared to I think the average for a citywide election like that
Wow.
was $50,000. So
Unbelievable.
it was nothing but faith, and since that last campaign, it just definitely I learned from the mistakes of what can I do better next time. And since then, I've been mentoring a lot of young guys from my old neighborhood, and led 3 citywide cleanups after the lootings that happened back in June. And with that, I was able to shine a spotlight on the issues such as the neglect of the first district, especially the conditions that the people are living in, and that really pretty much is the reason why I'm here today, because I just felt as seeing the community come together that
Sure.
there was hope that Peoria is ready for change. They're ready to come together and bring equal opportunity. And so
Love that.
this campaign's community pushed, backed by the community 100%. And everything I do, I hope to inspire, that little boy that was once in my situation, or that young girl that was in my situation, living in poverty, not having, your traditional household, and
Sure.
just, inspiring them that no matter where you come from, that you can overcome any obstacle. Just, got to have that faith.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, man. And it's inspiring to see somebody like yourself who came from those circumstances and say, I'm not going to just fall into the status quo.
Mhm.
And it's so difficult to go against the tide,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It's with anyone in life. I think in any circumstance that you're put in, it's easy to just go along with the flow.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you for doing
Thank
this.
you.
Yeah. What part of town is the first district? What does that encapsulate?
Yeah. So the first district is probably one of the biggest districts. You got different wealth classes. You got poverty to downtown, where you got people with a little bit more money, warehouse district, and then you got the North Valley, all the way down towards. I keep forgetting the name of the bridge. I really should get it tagged down. But going towards like War Memorial.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Okay.
anything pretty much under the bluffs, the East Bluff and the West Bluff,
Okay.
all falls in the first district.
I'm terrible with directions and bridges as well, man. So I could say McCluggage, or I could, if Adam Cole watches this, he's going to be like, I know exactly what bridge that is. He knows all the street. I don't know him. I'm like, Knoxville, War Memorial, University, I'm good.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so your constituents, the people that are around you, the people you grew up with, the families that you serve, that must mean an awful lot to want to give back to that community and want to change the circumstances of
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. It's like I always promise myself, no matter how successful I get, or when I do come out of poverty, that I will always give back to my community.
Yeah.
And, inspired by what LeBron James was doing at Akron. And
Sure.
that just gave me hope that I can do the same thing here.
Sure. It's tough, man. It's tough to, in 30 seconds about what we're trying to do in business. It's a different business model than normal.
Yeah.
We're pushing the envelope as to what a construction company means. And when you first start doing that, you get a lot of pushback to say, this is not normal. This is not something you want to do. And so in your circumstances to see something in your community and say, I'm going to do something about this, I want to change the tide or change the culture, it's an uphill battle, because I think we often fall into just a mindset of staying as normal.
Hmm.
and it's very hard to change the minds of people to get involved with the community or to rise up. Back in the summer, we did a fundraiser for Southside Christian Academy, which is down in the 61605 zip code, and it was so sweet to be able to talk to the teachers and the principal there, and it's like a train in motion stays in motion, and we just said we want to do something about this. Started a lemonade fundraiser, and we raised over $20,000 within 2 weeks. It was awesome, but it just takes a lot of grit and passion to say, hey, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to go after it with all our heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that you can identify with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a uphill battle that you're fighting because,
Mm-hmm.
you got a lot of people that'll never see eye to eye
Sure.
with what you want to do. You'll never have people
No.
agree with what you want to do. And I've seen that in, at first when I first got involved in politics, I was like, do I want to do this? Do
Right.
I want to continue? But, I continue to pray about it to, get the wisdom and the courage to, overcome that, just like I overcome a lot of obstacles when I was younger.
That. Yep.
And use the South Side motive that, I tell a lot of people growing up on the South Side made me the person who I am today.
Sure. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So, future for you, as I did some research based on your political opinions and just how you see politics, you're an independent. Is that right?
Hmm.
And so, is that tough to not be on one side or another and to be kind of in the middle? Do you think that that's possible for you to take the good from both parties and make something new?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
There's some things I agree with both parties about, but there are a lot of things that I feel like they're out of touch with the
Sure.
everyday working people, and it's good, like especially now in the local elections, because you don't have to take any sides. So it's nonpartisan. So you don't got to
Cool.
say, "Oh, I'm a Republican" or "I'm a Democrat" or
Sure.
"I'm a Libertarian," but you're just running basically on the values of what you believe in.
Sure.
And honestly, that's what I believe politics is all about:
Mm-hmm.
representing your constituents to the best of your ability, and not getting in it for personal ambition, but
Yeah.
because you actually want to help the people.
100%, man. Especially local politics. For a district seat, it's just how much. The way that I would vote is, hey, how much passion is this person bringing? Do they really believe in their platform? Do they really believe they can make change or do something about the issues that you see? And the more I read about you, the more I thought that was possible.
Mm.
You know, you and I've met Andre personally as well, Andre Allen, and,
Yeah.
and you guys both remind me of this very similar kind of spirit, man. You just want to do something,
Yeah.
and I love that. The generational gap. Where does District 1 fall into? Is it a lot of young people, older people? You have a mix of both?
So you have a mix of both.
Yeah.
And I would say from what I see, you got your younger crowd that really don't care about politics. And
Sure.
You got your older generation that are strictly, we want things to be done this way. I was always done. And so when you get a newcomer like myself and, want to interrupt how things are done, then, people take offense because, oh, he doesn't know, or
Mhm.
his age and whatsoever. And
Right.
I doing my research and things is just saying, a lot of leaders dealt with that, just like President Obama, President
Sure.
Kennedy, and all our great leaders,
Mhm.
and just seeing how they overcame a lot of the obstacles and, naysayers, pretty much motivate me to continue to want to do better.
Mhm. I love that. What is your main the thesis, the central point of your candidacy for this spot? If you could boil it down and say, hey, this is the one thing. If you could look back, how long are your terms if you were to get in?
4 years.
4 years. So in 4 years' time, if you were to have a cornerstone piece of legislation or a cornerstone piece of culture you'd like to bring to District 1, what would that be?
I would say I got a great jobs program that I've been meeting with developers and even meeting with current members on the city council about. It's called the Buy the Block initiative. And,
Yep.
I
read about that. Yep.
And so with this initiative, you're putting people back to work because First District is dealing with a high number of unemployment.
Sure.
Especially with our kids that are on the verge of graduating high school,
Mhm.
but college is not the option right now because of financial stability. And so giving them that opportunity to get the trades and vocational apprenticeships, be able to get in these programs and help revitalize their communities with the vacant homes, which there's a terrible number, a high amount of number of vacant homes, blocks of
Yeah.
vacant homes, vacant businesses. Putting those buildings and homes back to use to better the community,
Hmm.
and with all of that, you're bringing hope and prosperity back to your community. You're
Hmm.
bringing that sense of community, and with that, you're going to be able to attract businesses, uh, especially when they talk about how can we attract jobs. And I tell them it's just like the broken window theory. You gotta
Sure.
make sure that your foundation of the area where you want that business is looking good. So the infrastructure, you got the homes got to be
Right.
up to par and all of that good stuff.
Sure. And so, would the program include the city buying some of those buildings? I think I read tearing them down and then
Yeah.
revitalizing them. Is that the program?
Yeah. So the city, they actually released a press statement yesterday.
I saw that. Yeah.
They got some grant money to start tearing down some vacant homes, which is great because there's a lot of homes that shouldn't have even been standing up for like decades. But it's a slow process, but I'm glad it's finally being done.
Sure. That's amazing, man. Is the city council right now bought into that same kind of concept of doing something like this? Or is this a completely new idea that you've brought to the table?
This is a completely new idea. When I speak to a lot of the organizations and things, they're like, "Wow, that you're the only person that has a solution to the problems."
Hmm.
And I'm like, and I tell them, politics is common sense. It's about what's best for the people, and jobs is what people need. Opportunities is what the people need. And
Big time.
yeah,
Being in the construction arena too, I believe in the next decade that we're going to see an explosion in the amount of need for workers. There's a ton of people that are aged 40 to 60 that are about to retire that have been in the trades their whole life, and the trades are diminishing with the generations.
Oh, yeah.
And so if we can get young people to buy into the trades and learn a skill, you could have a job for life. If you show up on time and if you work hard, you could have a job for life. I'm telling you, as a business owner, that's something that we look for all the time. You're constantly looking for good labor. So if we could start some programs or have people committed to learning a trade or a skill, you would have a job for 40 years.
Oh yeah.
And then help out with some of this renovation in that district, right? That'd be something special.
Oh yeah. I believe it can happen.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
I love that. Aaron Chess, it's a short interview, and I think we found a lot of good things about this. What do you want to leave the people with to cap this thing off?
I would say, most importantly, if you're passionate about something and you're having second thoughts or second guesses because you feel like you don't have the resources as someone else that you believe is more qualified for the job, don't let that be the reason that you don't try to, go out for uh, your dream. Pretty much, if your dream is, want to get into politics or get into sports or become a neurosurgeon or anything, don't let where you come from be, something that you feel like is going to disqualify you or whatever you've done in your past. Because I believe in second chances, and I believe that uh, no matter where you come from, if you're dedicated and if you can prove that no matter what, you can overcome the obstacles, that you can achieve anything you want to. And uh, I'm a living testimony of it. Grew up in one of the poorest areas in the city, worst place for statistically African Americans, but I didn't let that define who I was. I overcame the odds, and like I said earlier, there are people that don't agree with me, but that's the thing about life. You're not going to make everybody happy. You're going to have to step on some toes to get the job done, and you're going to have to do things a different way that majority of the people don't like. But if it's best for the people, then so be it. And with politics, that's what a lot of people forget, is that the people are the reason that a lot of that our elected officials are in the place they are in now. And I definitely encourage you to take part in your local elections. Hold your elected officials accountable, because you have the authority to remove them. And a lot of people, once they do 2 or 3 terms that they feel like they're untouchable, vote them out or run against them, especially our younger generation. I hope to inspire. I hope to pave the way for a lot of young people from now for the next 20, 30 years, for a lifetime, to challenge the establishment, challenge the status quo. And if you believe you can do a better job than a incumbent, then run for office.
This is making me want to run for office right now, man. I love it. This is good. Aaron Chess, so nice to talk to you tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
And best of luck. The election is when and where can you vote?
Yeah. So the election is February 23rd, and right now early voting is at the Peoria County Election Commission, which is out on Brandywine Road.
Yep.
The address is 4423 Brandywine Drive. But February 20th to the 23rd, polling locations will be back in the neighborhood. So at your local churches or local schools in the area.
Sure. And people can find that out on your website of where to vote during that time.
Yeah. On my website or the Peoria County Election Commission.
Perfect. Yeah. Best luck to you, man. I hope to see you in office. And you get the full endorsement of Roof Tiger.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You bet, man. Great talking to you tonight.
Great talking to you, too.
All right, buddy.